and with no idea
No.
that we were going to do this. But if you look at that, look at how close that fits in there. It's like, they are literally perfect for this. So anyway, yeah. So we each throw one in there. Once we get a few in there, they stack up a little better. And then we do a pour. Now, which one do you think we should do, Rich? Should we do the one that we've had a sample off of, or should we start with the one that we haven't had one?
Let's do the sample one.
Okay, the one we've already sampled off.
We'll open this one up.
Okay, yeah. Now, a lot of times when we're looking to do this,
Oh, this is a screw cap.
it is.
It is.
Oh.
I
Oh,
didn't get-
so's
we
mine. I forgot about that. Yeah.
We didn't get a pop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we get such a kick out of it.
I'll get a pop this
Yeah,
video.
it's fabulous. But yeah, now this holiday line for years had been allocated in Iowa. And brief history of that, allocated, all that means is there's a certain amount of bottles that the distillery is willing to send to this stupid state of Iowa, that because Iowa won't pay you. The state of Iowa will not pay a distillery for the liquor. They get paid
When the store gets paid.
when the
store
store,
stays.
yeah. So it's like a lot of car dealerships are kind of like that now. Chevrolet, GM, will send a whole bunch of trucks down to a small lot, and they don't get their money until the sucker's paid off, or it used to be that way. I'm not sure if it is anymore.
I'm not sure.
But in a nutshell, that's why they don't want to do it, especially if they're not a huge liquor brand, which I don't think Billie Holiday really is.
No.
They can't get their money until
The bottle's sold.
Rich and I buy them.
Yeah.
You know, and we're happy to oblige in that way.
More
Don't
than
get us
happy.
wrong. But that's kind of how it works. So that's in a nutshell in Iowa, and it's that way for like all what the rest of the country would call allocated as well. Your Pappies, your Stags, you know, all of that stuff. The Wellers, even Buffalo Trace.
J.H. Taylor. But Buffalo Trace, a lot of states, I was in Colorado last year, and I walked into stores and they had Buffalo Trace everywhere.
Yeah.
From 375s to legs to the regular bottles. It's like, why?
Well, and that's funny. Yeah. Same thing when I went out to California on vacation. I sent Rich a picture of it because we're in there and I'm only three blocks away from Disneyland, and I walk into a CVS pharmacy. And walking down, I said, "Oh, they sell liquor in their pharmacies here too, like Iowa does." And that's another thing we'll kind of get into. And I walked down along there, and all of a sudden, here's 6 bottles of Buffalo Trace down in, and I hadn't seen a bottle of Buffalo Trace on a shelf in Iowa months and months.
6 months to a year.
That one certain place that I won't mention here that we found it close to Des Moines was the only place we had ever found it in any kind of quantities. Anyway, this is our bottle of Bond. It's already been opened, so you know it's got a good air season to it and everything. So it's
not a neck pour.
Nope. Yeah, those neck pours sometimes they're rough, but bottled and Bond, it's almost exactly the same on every single one of them.
Smell like caramels.
Yep, a lot of caramels, vanillas. I mean, the bottled and Bonds always have all the classic stuff.
Yeah.
You know if you drank some, the bottled bonds, you can't go wrong on them.
No.
You might find one once in a while. You've even mentioned like the Evan Williams. You don't really care that much for, but
they're not bad. They're just not.
It's not the
not
same
what
as
you
what
like.
you'd want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like chocolate ice cream, there's some chocolate ice creams.
You might not like chocolate fudge.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Chocolate toffee or.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's not hot at all. And do you know how long? Do all the bottle and bonds are they aged? They're a minimum of 4.
Minimum 4.
Okay. See, bourbon is a minimum of 2.
Yeah, bottle and bonds minimum of 4.
Yeah. So it's got to be 4 years. So you get a little bit more smoothness than you're going to get out of a newer bottle. And those new bottles can be hot.
Oh wow. That's a good.
Yep. It's got a good, nice oil layer. It hangs. You can't see that on the camera naturally, but
If you're wondering what I'm doing, it's just swirling it to see how it pours down or flows down.
yeah, you don't want to. on the side of your cup. You don't want to see it you just don't want to see it rise up on it and then just flow right back down. You want to see it just almost like oil. You're looking for oils in your bourbon is what you're looking for. And that helps it with that's what they call a mouthfeel. That you want it to feel creamy and everything in your mouth. So
it's not sweet. There's a bit of heat to it on the front end.
yeah, it disappears really fast.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it disappears really quick.
Nothing going down. Sometimes you get the bourbons as you can feel them go all the way down.
Yeah, and that's the ones.
The younger ones.
Yeah, and that's the ones you'll kind of get that once in a while out of one like that. And even 60-year-old guys get that too. I'll attest to that.
There's some out there that you'll take it and you'll do that shake your head thing on it.
Yeah. That's pretty good. And, oh yeah, here, let me get one of these up here. Rich purchased these cups for us. And if you see, they say, drink more water. And there is nothing better than to drink water along with your whiskey. A lot of guys, they actually put a little bit. Yeah. Doing this on camera. This is gonna be ugly. Yeah, this is gonna be ugly. Yeah, this is pretty nerve-wracking to. Woo!
I had a half a glass.
But you want to do that. Rinse out your cup if you're taste testing and everything. You don't have to throw this away because there's a little whiskey taste.
Yep.
You drink it.
It's sort of like when they're sampling wines or something. They eat a cracker, a piece of bread in between. That's just what you do with the.
Now we don't have what we like right now to go in between, but the state fair is coming up. Remember that?
I look for it.
That 8 years ultra sharp cheddar. Oh, thank you.
Yep.
I don't know how many of them I'm gonna buy this time, but I'm gonna buy a lot of them.
Farmers Market didn't have any.
Yeah. You can get ultra sharp. Nancy found some ultra sharp at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, they have some stuff in there.
Yeah, and it's not bad. You can actually see the 8-year ultra sharp in cheese. What it does, I like the yellow cheddar. Nancy had got some white, but you can see the salt around it. Almost looks like there's a little bit of mold, but it's dried out even more to where it lets that salt come out, and you don't share that piece with anybody else. When you cut those chunks around the rind, I'll give one to Rich, but you got to like that person before you let them have any of that, because that's the best part of that cheese.
That's right. I got a bigger pour than yours.
Oh, sure. I see how you are.
That's my bottle.
You got you got to ride home.
I got to ride home.
We're responsible,
We're
folks.
responsible.
Okay.
We always come down with my wife and I come down.
Yeah. So what's the age statement on this? Do you know? 6
It's
years.
bottle and bond. So it's minimum 4.
It's 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty good for a bottle and bond. Because it hits that
For
minimum mark, and they want to get it out
there.
on the market and get their money out of it.
Yeah. Still more of the alcohol.
Yeah, and I'm not
getting
getting the same flavors out of this on the nose. The flavors on your nose, the smells. And we apologize in advance. We got what do we got? Maybe 30. I think we had 30 seconds of preparation for this. And we're not if that. We're not cutting any of this out. Nancy can do whatever she wants with it and everything.
This is my first time being on video.
Yeah, so we're just going to be how we are all the time. The only thing is we're not watching
the Bourbon channel.
Yeah, we're not watching a YouTube video about bourbon. We're making one about bourbon. So.
And the good thing is Joe found these little glasses. Most people do the Glencairns.
Yeah, and
which are taller and bigger and
you can tend to pour a little bit more into them. Yeah, I wish we could find these again. Little bitty. They're. Would you say that's a double shot technically?
No, that's not even a shot. That's barely a shot.
No, I mean the whole thing.
Yeah.
You think it's just barely a shot?
I think it's barely a shot.
They're fatter than a typical cup.
You might get a shot and a half in there.
Yeah.
But
they're nice.
Get that much in there.
I think you get a better pour into your mouth with these. And unfortunately, I broke one of these one time, and I know I got. Well, that was one of those where I wasn't using the coins. So, speaking of which,
we might run out of coins anyway. We got 6 bottles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
that's why we have the little glasses.
And you you look at the pour we're putting in them. We're not.
That's like
Yeah.
maybe a quarter of an ounce
Yeah.
out in there.
Yeah.
And when we first started, we used the highballs, and we'd be 2 fingers in a highball. We
Oh.
went through 6 of those.
Yeah.
That was
Well, and then after you go through a few of them, that's what I tell you youngsters. Take your time on bourbon, because bourbon can be mean way after you quit drinking.
it. Just keeps going.
It keeps
Keeps
getting
going.
it keeps getting bigger and bigger
Bigger.
in your head. So be careful with them. I mean, bourbon's a gentleman, so be a gentleman with it. You know, be polite to your bourbon, and your bourbon will be polite to you. And you can put that all over in the comments. I don't care.
'Cause it could get ugly the next day.
Okay, I'm gonna grab just a little bit more of that.
Yeah. It's there. That's what it's for.
I didn't get. Sorry, I keep falling out of the frame. I got a little bit of vanilla, but I didn't. I'm just gonna do another half. I didn't get much else, and I thought you said this is. It's weeded. It's weeded, right? Is that what you said? I've
Yeah.
never heard of a bottle of bourbon that was weeded.
So that's especially when they say soft red wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, soft red wheat. That's just
Oh, and I found
marketing.
I found a bottle that I'm gonna order it. And
no.
it's not available here, but I won't tell anybody what it is. I might tell Rich off camera, but it's red too, but it's not that. But
Oh.
it sounds super cool. And Rich knows I like niche ones that, you know, they can attract if they got the right kind of bottle.
Oh,
I can't not buy it. Square bottles. I'm just a sucker for bourbon in a square bottle.
Is that the distillman up there?
The what?
The distillman or
I got an old oak that's in kind of a square
Yeah.
bottle. I got. Oh, I had the name until you just said that.
yeah, it starts with a D.
Drifter's Glen or
Yeah.
Driftless Glen or
Driftless
something.
Glen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Driftless Glen, and it's a square bottle, and it's got nice sharp edges on it and everything, and they just feel good in my hand. And I'm a sucker for that. And so some people have commented, "Wow, you got a lot of bottles on your shelf." Well, he does too.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you got more than, you know, you're ever going to drink. Well, maybe not, you know. We're sitting in the new sunroom, and we could put a few more people in here too off camera that all are enthusiasts as well. So you don't know what we could actually use up. But we have a lot. Between us, I bet we have at least one lifetime.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know about if we have two lifetimes.
No.
Yeah. But,
Our lifetime, yes.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
at 60, who knows how long our life
It's
is,
just-
honestly. You know, it's whatever
I
God
feel
decides to bless us with. That's what we're going to take. So,
I counted 70 the other day.
you what?
I counted 70 the other day.
You counted 70.
Different bottles.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know what I've got. It's around that.
Yeah. That doesn't count the
Doubles and triples.
and the stuff
Yeah.
down below.
Yeah, it's like I was showing, you know,
Yeah.
people just freak out because I think you have 3 bottles of Eagle Rare now,
Yeah.
don't you? And I got 4.
2.5.
It's
Yeah.
like people are, what? You
Yeah.
know, because that's really hard to get in a lot of other states, but we don't seem to have any trouble with it.
No, it's starting to be
Yeah, and
regular stock anymore.
yeah, and the Blantons. A lot of people talk about the Blantons as
like Blantons.
yeah. He's not
I'm
a
not
fan
a
of
fan of
Blantons.
Blantons.
I don't mind it. It's got a niche market, and to me, Blantons is that nostalgia feel because it was the first single barrel that was produced. Period. Not just like Kentucky. It was the first single barrel. Period. Nobody ever.
Is it
did
a
that.
single barrel?
Yeah, those little ones I got up there. Those are single barrels.
What's the proof on them? I thought it was weak.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's old. I think it's like 92 or 94.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but
that's my issue with it. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's just
yeah, you think
for what you pay,
Yeah.
it's weak.
yeah, we both like higher proofs right now.
Yeah.
So when we get down into some of those lower proofs and everything, that's where like these aren't bad.
No.
But they're 100. So
They're 100
you know,
proof, yeah.
Yeah. So that's about the bottom of our wheelhouse for what we like.
Starting at 90, it gets up into it.
Mm-hmm. So what are you thinking on that? It tastes a little hotter, which is weird.
Yeah.
And this is not the one that was allocated in the state. It was the original bottled
Yeah.
and bond one. The
They
straight
started bringing both of
bourbon.
them in. They only have the two. I
Mhm.
looked it up. They only have the two.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they only
Huh.
have the two. But no, I think it's like the Ben.
Yeah, but
Better.
now,
It's been open.
exactly. We might think that now, but we both have been floored by something that's been open. The Bib Tucker that I've got.
Yeah. JTS Brown, we did that one.
Yeah, those bottles, some bottles, especially if they're newer, and the Bib Tucker wasn't. It was. I think it was 6 years old.
Okay.
They thrive once they get a little oxygen in
Yeah.
there and everything. You know, it doesn't. Well, no, oxygen is technically not bourbon's friend
Yeah.
in the long term.
Long term.
Yeah, if you left a bottle open and left it there for like 3 years, it's going to have some adverse effects.
Yes.
For one, a lot of the alcohol is going to leave.
Evaporate.
If you've got it capped and everything, there's so little of that can get out of there.
Yeah.
You know, especially, I'm not a fan of them because they don't sound good, but the synthetic corks,
Yeah.
they seal a bottle better than the original corks. But there's very few enthusiasts that like the synthetic cork because you just don't get that cool
You
sound.
just don't get the sound.
Yeah, and there's, you know, we're not in it to be pros or anything. There's
We
little
can't
things,
be pros.
Yeah, because we were talking about our palate. I worked in a plant that made solvents and everything
Yeah.
like that at a 3M company, and Rich has worked in the bakery
I worked in the
industry.
bakery with flour for
Yeah.
35 years.
So you know the flour up your nose
I can't
and
breathe through my nose right.
yeah, and getting it even in your throat and everything.
Throat and lungs
Yeah.
and everywhere. Yeah, it's
Yeah. So if you compare our palate to somebody that maybe worked in an office their whole life,
oh yeah.
that they probably have 25% better nose and 25% better taste than we do. So we're just regular guys that just
Two
like,
old guys who've been working
Yeah.
for a living that found something we like.
yeah, and we like them.
Get-
All right, I got a good pour on my water last time. Do you see any water on the floor underneath me? Just checking.
Well, there will be before long.
he's gonna spill it on me. That's actually the best water because there's just a hint of bourbon. Yeah. You know what? That'd be something. If somebody, you know, you got all that stupid bottled water and everything.
yeah.
My dad
Mango, strawberry,
Yeah.
raspberry.
growing up, he goes, what is wrong with society? He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, I can go get a gallon of gas. And this was a while back, you know, not what gas is now, but he goes, I can go buy a gallon of gas cheaper than you people are going to the convenience store and buying cold water in those stands. He says he says, what is wrong with America? and now, what if you had lightly bourbon flavored water?
Ooh.
There'd be no alcohol content. You just maybe get just a little hint of taste. I might be into that. Leave me comments if you'd maybe try a bourbon water.
Bourbon water.
But anyway, fresh water too though. All right, Brother Rich, what should we try next?
Let's do the,
What do we got over there?
we're going to do the High West.
Oh,
I want to get your opinion on this.
yeah.
You
Now,
know, I know what I think. Oh,
Now.
here's what we thought. I was talking.
yeah.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's the sound. That's got a nice cork on it too.
That's nice. That's disappointing when you don't get that.
Yeah. I think one of the best corks I have upstairs is my Old Elk. And
See, I like that cork. It's
yeah.
almost like a champagne bottle cork.
Well, I bet you like it's got a good heavy wood end on it.
Yeah.
And Rich is a woodworker. He loves working with wood, so
So this is a High West cast strength.
Get that in there?
Yeah.
Here, I'll bring it up.
I think it's 120 proof.
And
Is that in Utah?
yeah, Park City, Utah.
Park City,
Is
Utah.
this one you got on one of your trips?
No, that was the liquor store guy said, "Hey, we got this in." And I said, "I'll take it."
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, how much is it?
Oh, you got it. Did you get it
At my store.
at
Yeah.
the grocery store?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, well, we'll answer that. That's one of the questions that we had was they heard that I mentioned, you know, going to my local grocery store, hunting bourbon, and they're like, that's so foreign to them. You know, how can that happen? And that's how Iowa's law is. That Iowa went from one of the strictest liquor laws to one of the loosest, that anybody can sell beer. The Dollar Generals, Dollar Trees, they sell wine and beer in them.
If you want to, you go to grocery, go pump your gas, walk inside, walk out with a fifth of this or whatever they have in there.
And the great thing about that is you don't support your local liquor store by that. And we try that. We try to support those as much as we can. But they just don't have the buying power in the state of Iowa to where those liquor distributors, they know they can go in and put a lot of bottles on Hy-Vee's shelf. Hy-Vee's our big store around here.
They don't actually go in and put them in.
Well, I know, but you can order them and everything, and they're more than happy to send as much of that to your store because they know you're going to sell it.
Yeah,
you've got so many more people coming through than somebody that is just going to a local liquor store. Yeah. But those are the funnest places to go. Even though a lot of times they're overpriced if they get an allocated bottle. Well, I've seen Buffalo Trace at some of those places for $65. And if you catch it at retail, it's like 24, 26.
26,
Yeah.
28 at the top.
Oh, yeah. I got one the other day, and I think it was $29.50. I got one to give to somebody. They asked me to buy one if I saw it for them.
So Iowa used to do, the only way you could buy liquor was through the state-owned liquor stores.
Yeah. And boy, those were
tough.
Odd places to go into.
Odd places to go into.
The one we had in Knoxville where I grew up, there was of course I say this old lady, when I was just turning 19 where you could legally buy, this old lady, she was probably like 42 at the most, but she had her hair up in a bun, and if you were remotely young, she gave you the meanest scowl and everything. I remember the first big party that I had planned, and all the guys gave me the money to go buy the liquor. And I went walking through there, and it was one of the most satisfying thing when I got to the front of the store and I first walked in, and I grabbed a cart. and that old lady, she just kind of scowled at me, and she walked, and I made sure those bottles were clinking down in there and everything. And I came up and looked at her, and she's still scowling at me, and I'm like, yes? She goes, ID, please. And so I gave her my driver's license, and she looked that thing over, was picking at the corners and everything. But I don't know, when I was in high school, out of high school, I probably weighed maybe 110 pounds, I just soaking wet. And I did not look like I was 19 at all. So she was really checking me out. But remember the front of those stores, they all had like generic liquor store, blue and white and everything.
Iowa liquor store.
Yeah. They were the most unfriendly looking stores, but
that's all they had.
Yeah, that's all they did. So once they got rid of that law and got it to where you could have actual local liquor stores, and then they passed it to where you could get it into the grocery stores, it ended up being a great deal for any kind of an enthusiast to be able to grab stuff. And unfortunately, it's a lot easier for kids to get it too.
Yeah.
At those mom and pop type places. Not that I did that. Never. But anyway, so you said this is 124 proof?
120.
120. Lot more alcohol on the nose.
A lot of caramel. I smell caramel.
Yeah, and caramel, I don't know, a lot of people, they're like, what's caramel smell like? Well, caramel's kind of like burnt sugar.
Yeah.
A lot of it and everything. And
that's what caramel is actually burnt sugar.
It is, yeah. And that's what you get, but you always think a caramel is sweet and everything. But they're destroying the sugar molecules to make it into something different. Yeah, that's definitely, it's got a deeper smell to it, and it's caramel. I don't get any vanilla.
No.
I go right past that.
See, when I'm sipping on it, all I'm getting is the caramel.
Yeah. I'm not getting any.
Yeah.
And on that second swallow off the tongue, a lot of times you can get something you can get an additional flavor off that. We discussed that offline earlier too about one, and I'm not getting that.
No, it's just pure caramel.
Yeah. Now this is a dangerous bourbon because it's 120 proof,
yeah.
and it doesn't drink like 120 proof.
No.
This is a nice bottle of bourbon.
It's a little more warm in the mouthfeel.
Yeah. When it's up in your mouth, but once you swallow it, you don't get it.
There's a little bit of warmth going down.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But not what I think like 120 would hold.
It is not something that you're going to go, wow, this is a lot of alcohol in
Yeah.
it.
And remember with bourbon, sip, 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 sip. Don't be one of those guys at the bar that thinks, oh, I'll show these guys. They take their bourbon and they just take like 2 big gulps of it. Well, hooray for you. You just wasted a really nice drink. Yeah. Maybe you put it in Coke and then you can drink it like that. I don't care. Because you haven't seen any mix. You haven't seen any ice. Because, well, I like mine neat. Rich usually drinks his with ice. No, he doesn't. And when people drink with us, they know that we're pretty snobby that way.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like to drink with somebody that's drinking the same way, so they get the same subtle taste that I do, right? So I got a little bit left, so that's only just like one little drink.
I like it. I'm so disappointed. That's all I get is the caramel.
Yeah. You tend to, the ones that are higher proof, usually they have an abundance of flavors.
I sort of take it. The higher proof ones, you get more of the fruitcake.
Yep.
Multiple flavors out of it.
Yeah. You'll tend to, you'll get some of the deeper, earthier flavors like cherry. You take a cherry and put it, it doesn't matter if it's a pie cherry or dessert cherry. But once you pit a fresh cherry out of your mouth, leave that cherry in your mouth for a while.
Yeah.
And then there's a different flavor than just a standard cherry when you bite it and gulp it.
According to how it is, it'll have a vanilla. There's some oak into it.
Yep.
And some people can taste leather, and they get all kinds of these.
Yeah. Did you ever wonder how they taste leather?
Yeah.
Do they literally taste leather so they know what leather tastes like? Sometimes I've been able to smell like a leather.
Oh yeah.
But I never got to where.
New leather coat.
Huh?
New leather coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to where you can smell that.
Yeah.
Like the old, what were those stores? Wilson's.
Wilson's?
In Iowa, we had Wilson's leather stores.
Oh
and
yeah. The
you could smell that leather store 6 stores away from it at a mall. And then now for you younger people, a mall was an indoor building that had
multiple shops.
Had a lot of shops that you could enter and not have to go out in the rain like all these outlet stores that are out there now. Yeah, I mean, I like it.
I like it.
I wish there was. I mean, even
I'm not gonna.
Some of those higher proofs, I taste like a little bit of raisin sometimes.
Yeah.
And
dark raisin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even, I mean, if you've ever had currants in your, anybody over in the UK, black currants, that's a good flavor, and even the red currants. It's a little newer if you catch the red currant. But then we were talking about, do we have that one here?
Which one?
The Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we cheated and we had a little bit of Duke earlier because the last time when I tasted it, there was a flavor at the end of that, the profile, that just was stunning me. I couldn't figure it out. This time I took a sip of it and I instantly got it. And it's black licorice.
Yeah.
And that's a good flavor to have come out of your bourbon. Even if you don't like black licorice, you're not chewing on it.
It gives it depth.
Yeah, it's just there. It's just there for a minute. And that's the fun thing about if you're tasting multiple ones, is trying to find that unique taste or that smell.
Before we do the next one, we better.
Yep. Oh,
Now they're starting to go.
yeah. See now see See how nice they just stack up in there and everything. And like we said, we've got more taste than what we have coins. So what that means is I need to go up and find some more dollar coins. Or we're just going to cheat on the last two.
We'll cheat on the last two.
Yeah, you've seen what we're trying and everything. So
let's get to the blood oath.
Yeah. Now this blood oath number 9. Blood oath, they only make one batch of this a year. And 9 means they've been into this for 9 years. Blood oath is, what did we find it? It's about 99 proof. It's just shy of 99 proof.
So we tried the Clyde May. That's a closer proof to the High West.
Yeah, we could do that and then come back down.
Yeah.
Okay. Pause. All right. Clyde Mays. Is this a 7-year?
Maybe a 7-year. It's 110 proof.
110 proof.
110 proof.
I thought I read they had an age statement on there, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Clyde Mays Special Reserve. You can look it up. You'll find out the age statement on
it's
it.
a special reserve.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. This is one of them I always wanted to put the Clyde Mays Special Reserve against the Belle Meade Special Reserve, and then I still need to get a bottle of Weller Special Reserve, and we could have a Special Reserve off. And
I have another special reserve.
You got a different one too?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We could do 4, but we could
real easy.
Yeah, we could find some of them.
Might be
but
the next day.
Somebody was asking about Indiana whiskeys, and this was I went through a few bottles, and this was the only one I found right off the bat that was actually bottled and aged in Indiana. So that's kind of cool. You know, we already did the Mid Holidays that were from Missouri, so now this is in Indiana. You've got what's that? I always get it wrong. What's the distillery there? MGP?
Midwest Grains
Producers. Yeah.
MPG.
Yeah.
MGP.
They make a lot of
juice.
Yeah.
It's called juice. It's the raw.
Yeah. It's like the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
What's that? The something dog.
White dog.
White dog. Yeah. Rich got me a little bottle of White Dog, and it's basically just
it's moonshine.
Yeah.
It's just moonshine.
Yeah, and it
pure straight alcohol is what it is.
But that's what that place makes, and it makes it for Angel Envy, and I think Bardstown gets theirs from there, and then
a lot of people.
Yeah, they get that, and then they actually barrel it and age it on site. So you could get something that is Kentucky whiskey,
which is distilled in Indiana.
But the juice is made there. But they're humongous, so they can make that stuff for everybody, and it saves on steps. So something like that eventually would end up making it cheaper.
Yes.
By doing that, and I can see where
they customize their blend when they're doing it.
They can.
What they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got profiles that you can order and everything. Oh, I didn't pop it right. Oh well.
No. Come on.
I don't know why I was screwing it off so small. They're so slow, not small. This is good bottles been opened, and this is actually one of my favorites.
I was looking at it.
And this is 110 proof, so this is a little lower than the other one.
Yeah. But it's going to be the closest one we have down here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got bigger ones. We got 2 Bookers upstairs. They're like 128 and
So is your Booker's going to be the same as mine?
Did you get a Booker's?
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you get a Booker's at?
Andrew gave me one for, not a Booker's, that was
You got a Weller 12,
Weller 12.
and you got the
G.H. Taylor.
Yeah, that
Which I didn't realize there's different G.H. Taylors.
CH.
CH.
Yeah.
CH.
Colonel.
Oh.
Yeah. I've wanted one of them. I
wanted one forever.
Yeah, I do. I've ordered from Barrel Tap before, and it's the only way you can get some of the stuff that's not available around here. And I actually knew he was getting that stuff. I've never told him.
Oh. They asked you what to get?
No. They just told me they were getting it.
Oh.
Yeah, and
the other one I asked for was a stag, if they ever find a stag.
Oh, yeah. I actually saw a stag for not much more than what they paid for that Weller 12 year. I wish they would have got you the stag, because I have a Weller 12. We can drink that anytime we want. But he got that Taylor, and
I brought it down, but we got this stuff.
Yeah, I put a bottle of Taylor in my cart on that almost every single time, and I've never bought it. And then that's what they got him, and I thought, that is just priceless.
Perfect.
Now I smell vanillas more on this than I smell caramels.
Yeah. Caramel vanilla.
And I get a little bit more sweet off this. It's been open for a while, but
Yeah. Well, this one's been open. The High West has been open for about a week.
yeah. Well,
Yours been 2 weeks, 3 weeks now?
that Clyde Mays.
No, we're on Blood Oath right now.
No, we're not. We're drinking the Clyde Mays. Yeah, don't get those mixed up.
We need to drink more water.
Nah, that's just about right in the middle there. I get oakiness off that.
Oh, there's a lot of sweet in there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's why I put a second bottle when I got the chance.
So you only have one bottle upstairs now?
I count my bottles, and I have it on video from last time.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a nice pour.
This is good.
Yeah,
This is good.
This reminds me a lot of the Bell Mead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
This is a lot of the.
That Bell Mead has messed us up. Yeah, that was the last time. That was when we instituted the coins. It was Bell Mead's fault because there was maybe like that much in a bottle, and we had already went through what we were going to drink, and then we decided that
one more little one.
Yeah, let's finish that, and that's not what we. Yeah, it wasn't
That's
a
what we
little
should have
pour.
done.
Yeah, we each had about 2 fingers in a cup, and
Yeah, in a highball glass. And it was like,
yeah, and we shouldn't have done that.
No.
So
we got to the.
So learn
I
from
love you, man. Stage. I love you, man.
Oh yeah. Learn from your elders out there, children. There's certain things you shouldn't do, and don't press fate with bourbon.
And make your own mistakes. I like this.
Yeah. See, this is one I get a little bit of that leather smell to it. Leather's kind of an earthy smell.
Yeah. It's just complex.
Yeah, and I think I get like raisin off of it. There's a subtle fruit flavor there. It's raisin or maybe like, is that black? That's not blackberry.
It's amazing when. Who was it they have? So Jack Daniels has a banana runt. Everybody says they have banana runt flavor off of it.
Oh, it's Jack Daniels.
I think it's Jack Daniels.
Yeah, must be from the cold filter or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it one of their high end?
All of them.
They get banana runt.
Banana runts out of it.
I've drank some Jack. I never got any banana
Yeah.
runt. But Jack Daniels is sweeter.
Yeah.
It's sweeter.
This is a sweeter one.
But Jack Daniels is
It's not a bourbon.
it fits every profile of a bourbon until they chill filter it. That's what separates it. It's chill filtered.
Charcoal filtered.
Or charcoal filtered, not
Charcoal
chill.
filtered.
These that's what I got. I got that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's charcoal filtered
Filtered.
instead of just chill filtered.
And some bourbons could be non-filtered. Those are actually what I like. They're a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're ever any place and you look and you find ones called Old Tub. That I don't know why. I've got a sweet spot for Old Tub. I think that's my 3rd bottle of Old Tub up there.
I got one at home. I haven't opened it yet.
It's a
JTS Brown's mine.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
Same way.
on my 4th bottle.
Yeah, that Old Tub, it's like I think everybody had a cousin that was just nicer than all get out when you're around your parents and everything, and then when your parents would walk away, he'd kind of turn and look at you, and next thing you know, he's got you pinned on the ground, and he thinks he's doing pro wrestling moves on you and everything, and won't leave you alone.
Eddie Haskell.
Yeah. Well, except Eddie just talked.
Well, yeah. True.
But yeah, and that's kind of how Old Tub is. Only it does it to you on the inside. You don't see it happening until it's too late, and it's high. It's like 120.
Is it?
I think it is. Yeah. It's,
Oh, I gotta open that thing up.
yeah. Yeah. And the flavors on it are just wild. And some people, just like that JTS Brown, they think that's hard to drink because all they get at first is that harshness of it, but goes back to where you sip it.
Yeah, you don't chug it.
Don't take a big drink of it. Give it time to where you can really understand it and everything. Kind of like an old stallion. They don't just jump on it and really expect they're going to ride it. You know, they walk it around the ring a little bit, rubbing it on its nose, trying to get that thing a little bit less of a wild horse than what it's going to be, and because it's still going to be that wild horse, and it's still going to get you. Boy, isn't that some nice dogs?
Somebody's home.
Yeah. Or somebody just pulled up out in the street.
Yeah.
Or they saw a grasshopper fly by. Who knows? They're just my dogs are ultra protective of the front door. So, all right. So where are we going after this? The Blood Oath?
Blood Oath? We just had the Blood Oath.
Okay. Now everybody's noticing that's the second time he said that.
Because you put
I put the other bottle down.
You put it down. Oh, Jesus.
So,
All right, we'll go to do we go to the Duke or the Blood Oath?
I did kind of mess around with him because when we decided to switch to the Clyde Mays instead of the Blood Oath, I put him backwards. So his visual on it has been all messed up.
Which is more. Let's do the Blood Oath. So that is the Clyde May special reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to get one of those.
Yeah, that is good.
It
is a delicious bottle of bourbon. All right. Now here's my Blood Oath. I won 2 of these. Well, I won the right to purchase 2 of these in a Hy-Vee raffle a few weeks back. There was probably 40 people in there had their names in on that. And my son-in-law and I, we each got 5 tickets, and you could put them wherever you wanted and everything. So we threw all 10 of our tickets into the Blood Oath, hoping we'd maybe get 1. Well, first thing that happens, they call a number. I look down, and I'm like, that's my number. So I look at it again, and yeah. So I was standing next to the lady that's the distributor for Four Roses that was there. I said, hey, that's what they called, right? And she goes, you won. She goes, get up there. So I ran up there and grabbed that, and I was beyond excited that I'd won one of the Blood Oaths. They called the next number. It was my son-in-law's. So we ended up winning the only 2 bottles of this that they had in there. And the bourbon hunters that buy it to resell, the resellers, they weren't very happy about it. They were trying to get us to sell us one of them, and I was laughing with them saying, heck no. I said, we're probably going to drink half of one of them tonight. And they were just like freaking out because the secondary market on a bottle of Blood Oath is about $400. So, did I get that? I don't think I got you as much.
Yeah. And the case it comes in is just really cool too.
Oh yeah. It's one of them. It's like the Bookers. They put it in a wooden box, and I know that's all just for show,
right.
But it's still pretty cool. Now, here, let's make sure. Where have we? We didn't get very far through our questions.
Yeah.
Now we did talk about the liquor laws in Iowa,
and
how they do that. Do you like? We had somebody ask us, do we like bullet bourbon? Now, Rich is a big bullet bourbon.
Well, I have bullets. I've only had one of them. I figured we're gonna do a bullet test.
Oh, I thought went through all 3 of them.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
2 of
okay.
them. One of them isn't even open.
Yeah, but you've had one of your bullets for quite a while.
I've had all of them for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
6 months to a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah.
One of these times I'm gonna bring them all down here, and we're gonna.
Yeah, we're not adverse.
The bullet.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, we're always looking for something. I talked in the comments about somebody. I don't see it on here, but somebody asked if we liked Old Forester, and I put in the comments that we had went through. We had between us, I think we had 5 Old Foresters.
5.
4 maybe.
110, 120, Statesman's, Old Forester, Bottle and Bond. And there was another one in there too.
There's just a regular one too.
Yeah, the regular Forester.
Yeah. So we had at least 5 of them, and that night's theme was we were walking through the forest. Now, after you walk through the forest a little while, it's like anything.
You start stumbling.
Yeah, you end up stumbling. So, but anyway, yeah. So Bullet, yeah, definitely try it. Angel's Envy. I've got a big bottle of that's about halfway gone. Early on, we drank a lot of Angel's Envy. We tested a lot of stuff against it, and it's really good. It's in wine casks. I think it's.
Oh, mine has that much in it.
I think it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's port, but I'm not 100% sure.
No.
But yeah, it's really good.
It's good.
Somebody asked, do you like rum? And I don't mind rum. We go to Florida a lot, so you can imagine how many of the drinks in those parks, they're all heavy rum based and everything. I don't mind it. I typically like dark rum a lot better, and they don't use that down there much. Appleton dark rum is probably of the rums is my favorite.
Yeah. I dislike rum.
Yeah, but you've got a bottle of it, and
my son for Father's Day gave me a specialty rum. It's a dark rum, and it is actually good.
Yeah,
it's not the Bacardi or anything like that.
Mine, yeah. Appleton comes out of Jamaica, and it's made in ultra small batches. It's really good. It's
a sipping rum.
Yeah, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
So I can drink it about the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, which one do we have here?
This is Brown Foreman. Angel Envy.
Oh.
Old Forester.
Now
1920.
This is finished in sherry casks. And,
those are good.
And on your nose, it's just like drink that rabbit hole. Derringer rabbit hole is the same way, but we need to test them against each other, because one of them is finished in, it says it's in PX sherry casks, and the other one is CX sherry casks. And as 60-year-old bourbon drinkers, we don't know anything about that. So if you know, hey, put it in the comments down below and let us know what's the difference between a CX and a PX. Because we both got phones, and yeah, we could look it up on Google, but I'm thinking this is where you help us out. And somebody put it in there and tell us. I know we've got a bartender from Miami that has been watching. I said, yeah, that's your job. You tell us what the difference of that is. But this is such a nice smell. That is just, man, that is all sweet. It's not, a lot of times with the wines and everything, they get a little bit of a sour smell to them, I think. This is just sweet, sweet, sweet. But isn't sherry, it's from wine, right?
Yeah, it is wine. It's a distilled wine.
You distill it out of wine, so.
I think.
To me, that's a good use of wine.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care that much for wine.
I like wine.
A few of the sweet ones is the only ones
I like the darker ones.
Yeah. Ice wine. You ever had ice wine?
No, I have not.
Anybody have ice wine before? Oh, man.
That's high proof.
Yeah. And to make that stuff, they actually have to leave the fruit on the vines until after a hard freeze. Yeah. Then they pick all that half rotted looking fruit off and make it into ice wine. And man, I've had it in Florida a few times, and it is expensive. A little pour like that will be like $20. Nuts, just nuts.
If they're by Ames Prairie Moon, they do an ice wine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, that has such a nice mouthfeel to it. It goes in.
I like that other Clyde. The other
well,
better.
Yeah. Well, now, yeah, because we're comparing apples to
apples and grapefruits.
We're comparing Granny Smiths to Red Delicious. The Clyde Mays is your Granny Smith, full of complex flavors and everything. But this Blood Oath, it's got a sweetness to it, and it's not as harsh by any means, because it's 30 proof less. So
it's on what, 98?
Yeah, I tell you, I could drink this a lot of it, but it's so high priced that it's a sipper. You just want, somebody had the question, how do you drink that stuff, because it looked like a lot of the bottles only had a little out, and that's exactly right. Because, well, for one, when you've got 60, 70, 80 different kinds, for when we get together, we don't get together every single week. So when we get together, we like to try a whole bunch of different ones. So you just skive off a little bit off of them.
That's why we use these little ones.
Yeah. Otherwise we get we're already old. We don't need to be old and stupid.
Stupider.
Yeah. More stupid.
More stupid.
Yeah. What's the English part of that? Put that in the comments below. Are we saying that right? I'm so glad I didn't sell one of these bottles to those guys, though. After we got out, I think Dusty, my son-in-law, he had raffle remorse, is what I'd call it, because he went fully understanding that I was just whatever we got, he was just going to help me try to win something. I didn't think he dreamed that we'd win the 2 top allocated bottles that they had, and I think he was hoping that I'd say, well, do you want to buy one of those?
Yeah.
But he's got 2 bottles over there. He's got a, what's he got over there? He's got a Bland's and he's got an Eagle Rare, both that I gave him for birthday or holiday, something like that. And he hasn't opened either one. But when he comes here, he'll be standing around and he's like, have you got anything new upstairs? And then we got to traipse up and he'll pick out 1 or 2 bottles, and just like we're doing now, we take a couple sips off of it and everything.
You've learned to get these out instead of the highballs, right?
Oh yeah, we don't let him. What was that? Was that Rabbit Hole?
No, that was Rabbit Hole.
Yeah. He took,
Oh, Jesus.
he poured 2/3 of a highball glass and drank that one night.
After
and,
we've been drinking all night.
Yeah. And Stephanie, my daughter, said that he slept on the couch and barely made it to the couch when they went home.
Yeah.
And they only live about 2 minutes away from me.
Yeah. Less than
just
a mile.
Yeah, just down the road. So, yeah, he wasn't in very good shape.
He was not in good shape at all.
And he's young, so
And he was young.
He didn't listen.
We learned a lesson that day. Don't let
Yeah,
Dusty pour.
yeah. Dusty's not allowed to pour.
Dusty's not allowed to pour.
Even when it's just him and I, and we just got little ones, he'll always just he'll pop the cork and he'll look at it and he'll slide it across over to me. He learned.
He has learned.
Yeah, he learned. What else do we have? Somebody in UK asked about the allocation. Said they were puzzled by that. What's allocated and everything. I think we touched on that
A little bit.
And it's funny. You've traveled around. Stuff that's allocated and perceived rare here
Is on the shelves.
Yeah, the
multiple.
buffalo trace will be everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, you guys have trouble getting that? Now, we might have something, well, like the blood oath. I mean, it showed, or the holiday.
Yeah.
They don't.
They can't get it in like
Yeah,
Indiana.
they don't have a chance of getting it.
Mhm.
And they're like, wow, I wish we could get some of that, but we only get 40 bottles of that even coming to the state for the whole year. So it's it is weird. It is weird, and yeah, you'll see some stuff on shelves in one state, and won't see it in the next. And
The funny thing about the allocated stuff in Iowa, the liquor stores, the Iowa liquor distributor does not take orders for it. They just send it out.
yeah, nobody knows, and they'll get like 1 bottle show up.
And it'll show up in the middle of nowhere, Iowa.
Yeah.
This little liquor store that has no idea.
Would you? Hey, don't be named. Don't
I
say
did not
any
say
names.
any names.
Yeah, we've got a secret location.
They get stuff where you just sort of scratch your
Yeah.
head. Why are they getting this?
Yeah, and I'm going down there this coming Tuesday again. Just
Tuesday?
saying. Yeah, just saying. I'm hoping we hit it big.
Is that when they get their shipment?
Huh?
Is that when they get their
Yeah,
shipment?
yeah, they get their stuff on Tuesdays, just like
Yeah.
the South Side does.
Yeah, we get ours on Thursdays.
Yeah. So, Indiana whiskey. We touched on that,
A
right?
little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, and they've got, just like any state anymore, they've all got so many.
Yeah.
What was it I said? It's the it's
Microbrewery.
yeah, it's the microbrewery of this age now.
Yeah,
Is all the
beer
custom
microbrewery.
yeah,
Yeah.
the custom distilleries now that are out there. How many distilleries think Iowa has?
There's one in Davenport. There's Oskaloosa has one.
Yep.
Cedar Ridge. Obviously Templeton. There's another one. There's one downtown Des Moines.
Yep.
Foundry's
down there.
Yeah, 6 that I could top
Yeah.
of my head.
And I bet you
there's
I
at
bet
least
you
3 or
count
4 more.
I bet you Council Bluffs has one.
Yeah.
There's a good chance. Well, I bet there's one over in Iowa City. But
There could be. Well,
Yeah.
Cedar Ridge is over.
it's close to there.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess,
close
but-
to there.
Yeah, but
There's one south of Iowa City.
Yeah,
I can't remember what the name of it is.
yeah.
So there's 6 or 7. Indiana's the same way. There's
and and Iowa does not have a high population base,
No.
so that has a lot to do with it. Man, you get over in Illinois, I bet, and Indiana.
Oh yeah.
I bet there's
3
just
times
tons
population, 4 times population.
Yeah. So yeah.
French Lick, Indiana. Who came out of French Lick?
Oh, that was Larry Bird.
Yeah. There's a little distillery.
French Lick Lick Brewery. Or distillery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to have all that. Big Larry Bird fan right here. Celtics all the way. Back in the day. Okay, last question I had that it's not the last we had in the comments, and don't worry, we'll get to more of them. Starter bourbons. Somebody asked, they're not really into it and everything, but if they were to get a bottle, what would we recommend? We talked just 20-30 seconds about that, and it was tough to come up with. We more came up with a criteria.
Lower proof. 80 proof is probably where you want to start.
Yep. Don't go over 90.
Don't go over 90.
It's going to be easy enough. You're going to see lots of bottles on the shelf. Oh, excuse me. Lots of bottles on the shelf, and just like me, you're going to be. Don't let your mind say, "Ooh, squirrel," and go chasing a bottle that you think is really cool looking and everything. Follow that proof thing. Stay down low.
Lower proof.
And
I would go with a major distillery.
Yep.
Go with a major.
Yeah. I said if you're
middle shelf, not bottom shelf.
Yeah. If you're in one of those states where you're lucky enough that Buffalo Trace is readily available, Buffalo Trace is 80 proof. It's super smooth.
Yeah.
Anybody, if you take your time, can drink Buffalo Trace neat. I think for somebody that's brand new, I would recommend putting it on ice.
Yeah.
You might, and
Maker's Mark is a good starter because it's a sweeter.
Yeah, or a wheated bourbon. The wheated bourbons are a little bit sweeter too, but try to stay as low a proof as you can. Don't go. There's a few of them that are under 80 proof. Don't go.
No, don't go on.
Don't go for those. Those are going to be down there at $17 a bottle, and
they're more waterish, and there's no flavor into them. And
they've cut.
Yeah.
To get down that low, they've cut them and cut them and cut them, and that means when they cut a bourbon, they've added water to it. To take the entire batch down to a certain proof.
They've cut it with other things. They just cut corners to get it to that cheap.
Yeah.
Well, not always, because one of my favorites in that range is the Evan Williams
1786, isn't it?
1786,
82. Yeah.
Something like that. It's a black label.
Yeah, there you go.
Evan Williams black label.
Yep.
1790, 80s, whatever it is.
2016.
Something like that. But it is a bourbon. It is probably 3 to 4 years old. It's not a 2-year-old bourbon.
Yeah.
But it is a good sipping whiskey, a good beginning whiskey. It's not harsh. It's not going to have that burn. It's not going to have that alcohol shake your head thing to it.
Yeah, stay under $40 on that first bottle too.
Oh yeah,
that'll help you stay down at those lower proofs too.
I'd say stay under 30.
Yeah,
you get a lot of most of the ones.
Because you can get Buffalo Trace if you're at retail price. Buffalo Trace is under $30.
Oh yeah,
it's like $24 to $26.
MSRP I think is like $22.99, something like that. But they always act.
Everybody make because
$2 to
Buffalo,
$5 to it.
It's Buffalo Trace. They know people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Until the market gets flooded.
It
seems like once all the enthusiasts have like 4 bottles on their shelf, then it slows way down, and then the average guy can buy a bottle and get it pretty easy. They changed their distributor. About 6 months ago.
Yeah, and they also
we see
quadrupled their production.
Yeah, we see a lot more Buffalo Trace around here.
I've seen it on the shelf.
And the other in the Weller line and everything.
You never see it.
And it still
doesn't come in.
Yeah,
it just doesn't.
Not in our state.
No.
Yeah. For whatever we're both blessed. We've each got a Weller 12-year, and I've been looking at the antique, the antique 107 and the full proof. Holy mackerel, that expensive. But the 107, I'm probably gonna get one. That way I can try the special reserve Weller against the 107, which the regular Weller's 90. So the 107, I think I'll be mad because that's the one I'm gonna really like. But Yeah.
You can never get it.
Yeah. So that was all the questions we had. Did we have anything else that we were going to hit?
The Duke.
Oh yeah,
We got the Duke.
yeah. We got the. I think I raised. Yeah. Can they see it good? That's a. Yeah. I got this bottle in Winterset, Iowa. It's actually it's made other places, but we got it after we had went to the John Wayne Birthplace Museum, and that's in Winterset, Iowa. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place to go, especially for guys. The nice thing is it still shows all of his original movies. That, you know, a lot of the movement is to try to hide stuff like that. You know, well,
He was a product of his time.
yeah. You can't hide that stuff. I mean, Fort Apache's a great movie. I mean, and it.
Searcher's a great movie.
Yeah, it shows some
Yeah.
stuff that's not. Well, it shows some stuff that's not historically accurate.
Yeah.
Most movies back then showed a lot of stuff that was not historically accurate. I get that. But is the movie a great piece of cinema? Yes. It is a great piece of cinema. Just look past those few pieces. You know, and if you're upset with it and you don't watch it, my personal opinion is don't watch it.
Yeah.
But if I want to watch it, don't use, you know, any kind of platform to tear it away from me. Yeah, that's me. That's my personal opinion, you know. And here, let me drink my water because I want some of that. We drank a little bit of it, but we haven't drank much of it.
No.
So this will be our last pour. So if we get a little heavy on this one, it's not very high. It's only, is it 88 proof?
88, yeah. 88, 44% alcohol.
This is the one that I found the black licorice on the tail.
Yeah.
And where I found it was not on the initial first drink. It was after I'd taken a sip, and a lot of times you'll have a little bit more in your mouth, and it's when I took that second swallow, the stuff that's on your tongue. I'm gonna take a little bit bigger pour. You want about the same?
Sure.
We'll probably turn it off and maybe take some more.
Maybe. I don't work
Well,
tomorrow, and I'm not driving.
Oh, you don't work?
I don't work tomorrow.
Ooh, cheers, baby.
Hey,
I didn't know that.
No, I got tomorrow.
Oh, good thing we each got a coin left.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're
That'll
showing
be- that'll
on
be
camera.
next
On
one.
camera, we're putting
On
them,
camera.
On camera, we're putting them away.
Nancy and Rose comes back. We'll have one outlet.
Yep. Yeah. Once we turn this camera off, we're gonna pull 3 of those out of there. Mm. But this is that one I found that black licorice on that taste. And
They
it's,
have a.
and it's there again. That is creepy.
Have you seen the Elvis?
For real?
For real.
Ooh.
From the Elvis Presley distributor.
Oh, we have. You know what we should have done? I've got a bottle of Ava Gardner
Ooh.
for our older viewers. It's from seven
we'll get the lace in
jars. Yeah. Yeah. Was Ava Gardner and John Wayne ever in a movie together?
No. Not
Probably.
that I know of.
Yeah. Probably age difference.
Yeah.
She's old.
She was more of the. Well, they were the same era.
Yeah, I don't think
Because
she
he was
did.
in the 30s and 40s, because he was still making movies in the 40s.
Yeah,
Ava
but that's when
Gardner-
they weren't even, some of his early stuff wasn't even B movies, it was C movies.
Yeah.
They just like did one take movies, but they're
The early westerns.
they're still fun to watch. That's when the cowboys they didn't go fast enough to make the movie short enough, so they'd speed up the horses and when they're just going to town running.
Boom, 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 boom. Their 6-shooter had, 12, 14, 16 shots in it?
Yeah. They had extended clips before extended clips were cool. Don't judge.
And a revolver.
Yeah. Their revolvers look like a Thompson submachine gun thing on there going around. Yeah, for a lower proof, I like this.
It is good.
If I ran this bottle down to about a quarter, I'd probably put another one of these on my shelf. And it's the Duke, man. It's good conversation piece.
Conversation.
Yeah. And if I saw that Elvis, I'd buy that bottle of Elvis too.
They have 2 of them. One of them's I would not buy. It's a, what was this sandwich? Peanut butter.
Oh no, I don't like flavored stuff anymore.
Yeah. And it was only like 60 to 70 proof.
So is it just whiskey? I bet it's just
I didn't
whiskey.
take a hard look at it.
I bet it's just whiskey. It's not bourbon.
They said it was the peanut butter and
Banana.
and something else.
And an egg.
Yeah, it's like
Ooh.
nasty.
That's the last thing I want. Is I want bourbon that tastes like egg.
Or peanut butter.
My luck is I'd get the bottle and it'd smell like eggs too.
Yeah.
Rotten eggs.
Rotten eggs.
Ugh, that'd be horrible. Holy mackerel. Look at that, man. We're at an hour and 9 minutes. I wonder how many people are actually going to stay with us the whole time. That's pretty cool. If you make it to the end, in the comments, mention the peanut butter Elvis whiskey. That way we know you made it to the end. All the other commenters will be like, all you do is just type in
peanut butter.
Peanut butter banana.
Peanut butter banana.
Peanut butter banana whiskey. Just put that in there. We'll know you made it to the whole end. Everybody else in the comments will be like, those people are crazy. What are they typing that for? So I think we're done.
We're done.
If you make it this far, I'm pretty darn impressed.
Thank you for staying.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. We'll do it again. What is it? We're talking about maybe we could do a movie star.
Oh yeah.
Review. What was the other one we talked about?
Yeah, special reserve.
Yeah, we could do a special reserve taste off.
Yeah.
That gives me a good reason to buy a bottle of that Weller Special Reserve, but nobody mentioned that to Nancy that I'm ordering, because you had to order a certain amount from Barrel Tap to get free shipping, and free shipping accounts basically for a whole bottle, like a decent bottle. So you have to make that. So
If they have Chattanooga, throw one in there and I'll buy it.
a Chattanooga.
Yeah.
That's like a round
Yeah.
bottle with like ridges on the top. I think
Yeah.
I've seen Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
All right. So with that, we'll talk to you later.